Extract from Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, 1847. Extract 1, Chapter 3. I remembered I was lying in the oak closet, and I heard distinctly the gusty wind and the driving snow. I heard, also, the fir bough repeat its teasing sound, and I ascribed it to the right cause, but it annoyed me so much that I resolved to silence it, if possible, and, I thought, I rose and endeavoured to unhasp the casement. The hook was soldered into the staple, a circumstance observed by me when awake, but forgotten. "Must stop it, nevertheless," I muttered, knocking my knuckles through the glass and stretching an arm out to seize the importunate branch, instead of which my fingers closed on the fingers of a little ice-cold hand. The intense horror of a nightmare came over me. I tried to draw back my arm, but the hand clung to it, and an almost melancholy voice sobbed, "Let me in! Let me in!" "Who are you?" I asked, struggling meanwhile to disengage myself. "Catherine Linton," it replied shiveringly. "I'm come home. I'd lost my way on the moor." As it spoke, I discerned obscurely a child's face looking through the window. Terror made me cruel, and, finding it useless to attempt shaking the creature off, I pulled its wrist onto the broken pane and rubbed it to and fro till the blood ran down and soaked the bedclothes. Still it wailed, "Let me in!" and maintained its tenacious grip, almost maddening me with fear. "How can I said at length. "Let me go if you want me to let you in." The fingers relaxed, and I snatched mine through the hole, hurriedly piled books in a pyramid against it, and stopped my ears to exclude the lamentable prayer. I seemed to keep them closed above a quarter of an hour, yet, the instant I listened again, there was a doleful cry moaning on. "Begone!" I shouted. "I'll never let you in, not if you beg for 20 years. "It is 20 years, mourned the voice. 20 years! I've been a waif for 20 years. Thereat began a feeble scratching outside. Extract 2, Chapter 29. I'll tell you what I did yesterday. I got the sexton who was digging Linton's grave to remove the earth off her coffin lid, and I opened it. I thought, once, I would have stayed there when I saw her face again. It is hers yet. And I bribed the sexton to pull it away when I am laid there and slide mine out too. I'll have it made so." "You were very wicked, Mr. Heathcliff," I exclaimed. "Were you not ashamed to disturb the dead?" "I disturbed nobody, Nelly," he replied. "I shall be a great deal more comfortable now, and you'll have better chance of keeping me underground when I get there. Disturbed her? No. She has disturbed me night and day through 18 years, incessantly, remorselessly, till yesternight. And yesternight I was tranquil. I dreamt I was sleeping the last sleep by that sleeper, with my heart stopped and my cheek frozen against hers." "And if she had dissolved into earth, or worse, what would you have dreamt of then?" I said. "Of dissolving with her, and being more happy still," he answered. "Do you suppose I dread any change of that sort? I expected such a transformation on raising the lid, but I am better pleased that it should not commence until I share it. You know I was wild after she died, and eternally, from dawn to dawn, praying her return to me her spirit. I have a strong faith in ghosts. I have a conviction that they can and do exist amongst us. The day she was buried, there came a fall of snow. In the evening I went to the churchyard. It blew bleak as winter. All round was solitary. Being alone, and conscious 2 yards of loose earth was the sole barrier between us, I said to myself, I'll have her in my arms again. If she be cold, I'll think it is this north wind that chills me, and if she be motionless, it is sleep. I got a spade from the tool house and began to delve with all my might. It scraped the coffin. I fell to work with my hands. The wood commenced cracking about the screws. I was on the point of attaining my object when it seemed that I heard a sigh from someone above, close at the edge of the grave, and bending down. "If I can only get this off," I muttered. "I wish they may shovel in the earth over us both." And I wrenched at it more desperately still. There was another sigh, close at my ear. I appeared to feel the warm breath of it displacing the sleet-laden wind. I knew no living thing in flesh and blood was by, but, as certainly as you perceive the approach to some substantial body in the dark, though it cannot be discerned, so certainly I felt that Cathy was there, not under me, but on the earth. A sudden sense of relief flowed from my heart through every limb. I relinquished my labour of agony, and turned consoled at once, unspeakably consoled. Her presence was with me. It remained while I refilled the grave and led me home.